You got 127 miles to the Freightliner dealership in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Local time is 5:26. Hey, Val Chavez. Val, I just want to let you know I've got the HDMI, the 50-foot cable. It arrived at the house. Thank you so very much for the help and donation and support. I really appreciate it. It's gonna be a little bit longer before I can use it. As you know, I broke my other camera, so I can't really do anything with it. And I'm waiting for the wife to give me a go-ahead signal. I think she mentioned something about Black Friday, whatever that is. Some kind of online discount blitz mumbo jumbo stuff, which I really don't care to learn what it is. I don't understand the logic of trucks use two right lanes. I could understand that if it was downtown Chicago, but out here on the bypass loop, you know, true trucks should be on the left lane, not the right lane, right? So yeah, I really don't understand that. Don't get it. What would happen, suppose, for the sake of conversation, what would happen if all true trucks were to use the two left lanes? I wish there was some kind of an experiment done. I'm sure they have. I wonder what the result is. Who knows, right? J.B. Hunt. I wonder if that's Larry. that ain't Larry. So I've got 122 miles to go, roughly 2 hours and 11 minutes. The current time is 5:32. Let's just say I get home exactly at 2 hours and 11 minutes, so that's 32, 42, 5, 6, 7, 42. Let's just say I get home at 8 o'clock. Eight o'clock tomorrow night is 24 hours. Yeah, I think I can do a reset in there. Yeah, yep, I think so. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to pull over, because I want to go home and as soon as possible so I could start doing my reset. A reset is, for those of you who do not know, if we truck drivers sit for more than 34 hours straight, then we are given a fresh set of hours, which is 70 hours to work with in the next 7 days, or is it 8 days? I think it's 7 days. So basically we have 70 hours to spend That's why you want to be conservative on your pre-trip hours, your fueling hours, your unloading hours, your loading hours. Remember, every minute counts. The harder you run, the more you use up that 70 hours, and you'll be out of hours, and you'll have to sit. You'll have to sit for at least 24 hours, or whatever your recap tells you how many hours you have left. Oh boy, don't ask me to explain that. That is just so confusing. Come on, you know you want to change lane. You know you want that right lane. Come on. Let's see if my ESPN is working. Come on. Grab that right lane, four-wheeler. Come on, four-wheeler. Grab that right lane. I guess my ESPN is not working tonight. There must be a lot of interference around here. There was a beautiful story I was listening today. You know, a lot of us have heard and sang that song, "It Is Well With My Soul." One of the greatest hymns ever written. I mean, geez, that is one beautiful song. But not all of us know the tragedy of that song. Well, the story goes like this. I can't remember the name of the guy, but the guy is a native of Chicago in the, I don't know, 1800s. Very wealthy, very successful, very well-known guy, is also a Christian. Anyway, the story goes like this. They were going to travel as a family somewhere, but he had to cancel, I think, the trip, and instead he sent his son to go alone, and in the tragedy lost his son to an accident. Not long after that, the Chicago fires burned most of his real estates. The economy went to a nosedive. He practically lost everything. Hey, that Julie is a Landstar. I didn't know Landstar did that. Anyway, with all the headaches and with all the heartaches that they as a family went through, they decided they want to go on a vacation, him, his wife, and 4 other children, 4 young daughters. But a business emergency prevented him from going along in a trip, and decided to send his wife and 4 young daughters ahead of time. And while they were sailing in the Pacific somewhere, their ship was struck by another ship, capsized, and a telegram arrived at his doorstep saying, "Wife alive, alone," meaning all his children died. So he got on the ship himself to meet up with his wife somewhere. And while they were at the spot where the accident occurred in the middle of the ocean, he started writing that song. And a question came to my mind was, why does God allow children or people die? And you know, without that tragedy, that song would have never been written. And because of that song that has been written, it has become one of the greatest gifts as a hymn. Whatever my lot. Oh man. So basically, that song cost a man 5 children. There was another story that I heard today that said a man went out to the countryside riding a horse. As he was riding through this trail, what's this guy doing? He would pass and then what? What is he doing? Oh, I bet you he's gonna pass so he can get off at that. He's gonna get off at the Oasis. He passed me. Yeah. So anyway, a man rides a horse in the forest. The horse gets spooked by a rattlesnake. He gets thrown off the horse. A horse runs off, leaves the man behind. A farmer comes by and said, "Oh, bad luck, huh?" The man replied, "Whether it's bad luck or not, I know nothing about these things. It is what it is." So the farmer brings the guy home. A couple of days later, the horse comes back with 10 other wild horses. And the farmer says, "You know, I thought it was bad luck, but now it actually turned out to be a good luck. If it hadn't for the rattlesnake spooking your horse, throwing you off the horse, I wouldn't have 10 horses here. So I take that back. It's actually really good luck." And he started envisioning what he could do with those 10 beautiful horses. He certainly thought, well, this could help in my farm, you know, pulling plows and carriages and whatever. The farmer had a 10-year-old boy, started training these horses, the wild horses. Well, some of the horses were very untamed, and threw the little boy off its back, and the boy flew off the horse, broke his leg. Then the farmer says, "Man, what a bad luck these horses are." Which the other guy replied, I know nothing about these things." Meaning he had no opinion about it. So he started blaming the bad luck and all the horses for his 10-year-old boy's broken leg. 2 days after, there was an army that came by the village, and they were recruiting and kidnapping, commanding young boys to join the army for the upcoming war. To which the farmer says, you know, this is actually a good news. If my boy hadn't ridden that horse, he wouldn't have break his leg. He would have been sent to the boot camp to fight for the war. You're beginning to see the pattern, right? The moral of the story is you don't know everything. Trust God that God knows what He's doing. Yes, sometimes God breaks our limbs. Either to get our attention, or to bring to us some kind of a blessing. Holy smokies. We now have 32,077 subscribers. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Never had dreamed it would reach that far.